Good morning. It's Tuesday morning. This is our third week of our Christmas in July, and this is our last week. Next week we're going to go into some back to school things and fallish type things. But today is our yarn giveaway announcing the winners. And oh, I'm Sara Sach of Posh Designs. I forgot to say that. Well, the first thing I wanted to talk to you about, the first thing I wanted to talk to you about or tell you about is this wonderful scarf that I'm wearing. Isn't this beautiful? My friend, Anne Marie, went on the Hashimoto's thyroid cancer site and looked up the blue ribbon that corresponds with that, and picked out this yarn that is the exact color. Good morning, Brandy. But she picked out this color that is the exact color of the thyroid cancer ribbon. And she went to a yarn store and matched the color. And then she also used this fun butterfly stitch. And those of you who are familiar with thyroid, it's called the broken butterfly when you have thyroid cancer or Hashimoto's or hypothyroidism. It is represented with a butterfly because your thyroid is a butterfly that sits in your throat. Good morning, Michelle. Yes, clink. Anybody got their coffee? You can see I've got iced coffee. Well, anyway, my friend Anne picked out this yarn, matched it to the ribbon color, and then stitched it in a butterfly stitch to give to me. She took the time to match the color. She took the time to crochet this beautiful scarf. I wish you could see the yarn. It is just gorgeous. It's so soft, and it's got a little bit of a variation in it. Anyway, I wanted to tell you about that and just thank Anne Marie publicly. It meant a lot to me that she took the time to pick out the yarn and that represented the Hashimoto's thyroid cancer, and not only that, but stitched it in a butterfly stitch that represents that. So anyway, that meant a lot to me. Well, I'm glad a couple of you are here, and I hope the rest of you pop in, because today I'm going to give the announcement for who our winners are for our 2 yarn kits. But before we do that, I got a question a couple of weeks ago. I was going through some of my questions because I like to go through and see what people are asking and try to answer those questions to the best of my knowledge. Not that I'm a know-all, because I'm not. Good morning, Patty. And anyway, so the question that I got was, what is a yarn bowl? Well, it does kind of sound like a silly question, because what is a yarn bowl? But it's actually a very good question. And the reason is, if you've ever tried to crochet with a ball of yarn or one of the cakes that has been wound up, they take off on you. And one of the worst things, the thing that I dislike the most, I don't like to use the word hate because it's such a strong word, but the thing that I dislike the most is when I'm working on a project and I'm using balls of yarn and it rolls under the couch or it rolls under the table or under the chair. I don't want to go into there and get it. So that's where a yarn bowl comes into play. Now I have this beautiful one that I purchased a few years ago. It's pottery. A friend, Boomer Beanies, was making these for a while, and she designed this one specifically for me. You can see it's got the little paw prints around it, and it has the little slash here. And you put your yarn in, and you put it out through here, and then you can crochet. And as you're crocheting, your yarn ball stays in the bowl. The thing is, this is just too pretty to use, and it's ceramic, and I'm very klutzy, and so I don't want to use this on an everyday basis. So mostly it sits with buttons in it on my desk. But I do love it. And it is very sturdy. Hello, Elizabeth. Thanks for joining in. So, if you don't have a yarn bowl, now you can go, Hobby Lobby has them in wood. A couple of, I think they also have a plastic one now I saw. But they're like $20. So, if you want to find something to use as a yarn bowl, I got a couple of alternatives. Do yourself a favor and hit Goodwill or I can't think of Salvation Army or any of your thrift stores, and you'll find a couple of these items. One of the things that I've seen used quite a bit is this. And this is a teapot. I broke the lid, so I don't use it anymore. You can see I've got a scratch on it right here. It's where the lid hit when it broke. Yes, I'm klutzy. I told you that. But you can put your yarn ball inside, as long as it's not too big. You can put your yarn ball inside and feed your yarn out here. It keeps your yarn contained. And oh, that's right. The wooden one from Hobby Lobby is really cool, like Elizabeth said. And yes, your 40% off coupon would be perfect. And it is a nice size one. It's a little bit bigger than this one, actually, and it's a little bit deeper. But anyway, this is a good alternative. And you can find, I'm turning it around so you don't see where I chipped it. You can find these tea kettles, like I said, at thrift stores, or you might have one on hand. And it's a good alternative. Now, something that I came across, because I had to struggle with if I'm using 2 or 3 little balls of yarn that I don't want to chase under the couch. What can I do? So I was walking along in King Super, which I made the mistake of going to King Supers yesterday when I was hungry. I was all out of eggs. I usually eat a boiled egg every morning for breakfast and a banana. Anyway, but I was all out. And so I thought, well, I'll go to the gym first. And then I went to King Super. I was so hungry. Everything looked good. And then I couldn't find some of the things I was looking for. So I was just wandering around. And I came across this colander. And I thought, oh, that is a really cool idea. You can put several yarn balls in there. And then you can feed them out through the holes here. And you can work, like if you started with this color, then you can tie that off and join your next color and turn it around and join your next color. And look at all these holes. What a great idea that is. Isn't that neat? That's a neat idea. And so then you can go anywhere and get anything that has a hole in it and push your yarn through. And it doesn't even have to be round. Thank you for saying I'm creative. Anyway, so the thing is, it doesn't even have to be round. You can even have like a rectangle, and I've seen these at the Dollar Tree. And you know what? You can find these at the Dollar Tree also. It's just a plastic bowl. And because it has this little thing right here, it doesn't go off on you. Like fall over, because they're pretty sturdy because it's got the base. But they make them a little bit smaller and a little bit bigger, and you can find them at the Dollar Tree. You can find these at thrift stores, or you might just have one hanging around your house. I do recommend that you not use any of the metal ones that are mesh, because they will snag up your yarn. And the also thing about the colander is the holes at the top are bigger, and then they kind of get smaller. And if you've got a little bit fatter yarn, you can still fit it through there, like the chunkies. So anyway, so to answer the question, what is a yarn ball? It's a device that keeps us from going under the couch to chase our yarn balls. It's a yarn ball container. It contains the yarn ball. They really are a great thing. And I have found many times when I'm doing a video, especially with some of these Christmas ones I've been doing lately for our Christmas in July, I'm using small scraps of yarn. And so I have these tiny little yarn balls. And I'm doing a video and the yarn goes across the room. So I have to start over. And you know, editing is no fun when it comes to doing a video. I am really excited though. I wanted to tell you, our YouTube channel hit 500 subscribers, which was really fun. And I told my husband when I get to 500 subscribers, I'm going to buy a new editing program. So I got one last night, and I'm going to be playing with it this evening a little bit after America's Got Talent. I got to watch that first. I love that show. Anyway, I'm going to play with it a little bit tonight. And so I got a new video editing program for my videos. And then my very talented husband has written me a little fun ditty to play at the beginning. And so I'm going to be working with how to phase that in and out and stuff as well. I don't know when I'll be able to really start using it, because I have to play around with it and get to know it a little bit first. But it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. That is an excellent idea, Brandy, using your old wine goblets. That's a great idea. The only problem is I am klutzy. And if I set a goblet up and I put my yarn inside of it, I'm probably going to knock it over and break it. But if you're not clumsy, that's a great idea. I am clumsy. Okay, before we talk about what's new at Posh Pooch Designs this week, I want to tell you who the winners are. What we did is I just had my granddaughter pick 2 names, and I just told her, she doesn't know anybody, doesn't know where anybody lives or anything. I just said, pick 2 names, and the truth is she can't really read either very much. She's learned a few words. And so these names were picked by her at random. We picked one off the YouTube channel and one off here. So, are you ready? I'm going to show you the names and then I'm going to say them just in case I pronounce them wrong. Okay, so here are the winners. Are you ready? Dun, da, da, da. Oh, forgot the drum roll. Ah, that wasn't any good. Here's the winners. Here we go. Are you ready? Here's the winners. Rosetta Williams won the Bright Colors yarn kit. And Michelle, I don't know how to say that last name. Selga, you won the Traditional Colors kit. Now, how you can get me to mail these to you is I need your address. So what I want you to do is email me at sach@poshpoochdesigns.com. And if you can't remember that, I'll put that in the links because it is kind of a long email address. I'll put that in the links. And all I need is your name and your shipping address. And I want you to email me. That way I can email you the shipping number so that you can look it up on tracking number. Okay? I know it's backwards. There's nothing I can do about that. Unless I I guess I could do it this way. Can you see it now? Is that better? Well, when you're filming, it's backwards. There's nothing you can do about the words. But those are our winners. Michelle, you see that you're a winner. And Rosetta Williams. I love the name Rosetta. Isn't that a beautiful name? And I'm really excited. And what we're going to do, they're all packed up in shipping bags ready to go. And yeah, like I said, just email me and I'll get those shipped out. If you email me today, they'll be shipped out tomorrow. So, and I'm going to put the winners' names and the email address in the comments when we're done with the video. So, I'm so excited you get to try some of these yarns. They're all Red Heart yarns. And, and they're, like I said, our gingerbread kits. And I don't have them with me because they're all packed up, ready to go. All I have to do is put the shipping label on and send them to you. Okay, so those are our winners. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what is going on this week at Posh Pooch Designs. Lots of fun stuff. Well, the one thing I wanted to show you is we talked about the dog sweaters last week. This is the little boy one. And it's got plenty of potty space, you know. And then the little girl one, same thing. I didn't put the sleeves on this one, but the pattern shows you how to do both of them. They're together in one pattern. It's basically a basic pattern that you can make with a straight skirt or a ruffle. And then you can even leave off the chest section if you want to, or you can add it. Add the sleeves. It's kind of real versatile in how it works. Both of them are included. And then also this one here, the gingerbread dog hats. I've got these all together in one pattern listing on my Etsy shop. And you can get all of these patterns together in a pattern bundle on my Etsy shop. That's where you can find those. Now, someone asked me, how come some of your patterns are free and some of them are not? And you won't find very many of my dog hats or dog sweaters for free. Those patterns pay for things to replenish my yarn stock. Just kidding. Well, no, not really. But yeah, in order to run an online business, it does take a little money to pay for your websites and like the video editing program and lots of other things. And so that's why we charge. And that's why you'll find ads on my Google and on my YouTube channel and on my webpage and blogs and things like that. I don't make much money off of those things, but I make enough to, because I began this business originally to help pay for Maximo and Rosie's vet bills. And then after a while, it started taking care of itself. So that's why you'll see my paid patterns are all my dog hats, and sweaters will all be paid patterns. But I do love to write patterns for all kinds of things. I just knocked that all over. And so that's why I have a lot of free patterns on my blog. It's kind of an addiction because I just really, really love it. Before I show you the rest of these things, I have to ask you a question. The other day, someone said that when I talk in my videos that I sound like Paula Deen. And do you know who Paula Deen is? Well, I don't think I have a Southern accent. And because I'm originally from Oklahoma, yes. But I have, with my husband being in the Air Force, we've traveled all over the world and lived all over America. And, of course, now we're in Colorado. And the people up here think I have a horrible accent, and a Southern accent. And I don't think I do at all, actually. So let me know what you think on that one. You do not, or no, you don't. Okay, thank you. Although I love Paula Deen. And I was always upset that they got onto her for talking about butter. But you know, margarine is horrible for you. Butter is way better. Just don't use too much. Okay, off the Paula Deen thing. Let's get on to what's going on this week at Posh Pooch Designs. Last week, we released our free pattern for our dog gingerbread bandanas. Remember, our Christmas in July, everything is gingerbread. So we did our dog bandanas. They've been really good, and I've loved the pictures that have come in. Oh, they're just so much fun. And then we did our gingerbread doghouse pattern. And remember, all of these patterns are a free pattern on my blog, but you'll also find them on YouTube. So, and then we did the doghouse gingerbread. Aren't these adorable? So then my granddaughter said, how come there's not a frozen house? So I made a blue one. It doesn't look frozen to me, but it does to her. And these are great for putting on your Christmas tree or putting on a package for a tag. They measure about 4.5, 5 across by 6. And a couple of them turned out a little bit smaller. So if you want it to be a little smaller, just use a smaller hook. But that's one of the things we put out there this week. Then we also did our miniature mitten pattern. These are Christmas ornaments for your tree. And because of our gingerbread week, I made one in a gingerbread style. And these fit a perfect size for putting a gift card inside. And also candies or hanging on your tree. That's also on our free pattern on our blog and also on our YouTube channel. Okay, and then Monday we did this pattern. And this is one of my favorite ones that we've done. Miniature sweaters. This is my frozen design. And it's a free pattern on my blog. And it's also on my YouTube channel. Here's a striped one. Here's our Christmas looking one. And this one, I'm calling it the ugly sweater because I just used different kinds of yarn and stuck them on there. And then our gingerbread one, of course. And I also show you how to take the large paper clip and make it look like a hanger. So that's also, like I said, a free pattern on the blog and a video on YouTube. We did this on Monday. And this one, unfortunately, the video, I don't like to keep my videos over like 25, 30 minutes. Because if it's more than that long, I'm not going to watch it all. I'm just going to go, okay, whatever. Because I get bored really easy. This one is a little bit long. I didn't want it to be, but it is a little bit long. But because of how you make it and have it folded out in the detail and the hanger. But it's a lot of fun. Okay, so we have another pattern we're going to be putting out on this Friday, and it's going to be our last one for our gingerbread theme for our Christmas in July, and it's just going to be the simple little coaster. You can see I made a couple of them, a couple different ways. You can put the bow at the bottom, you can put the bow at the side or the bow at the top and use different colors. And that's going to be our pattern. This is going to be a new pattern on the blog and on the video on Friday. So that's the end of our Christmas in July this week. And then next week we've got some fun stuff coming. I'm calling it fallish or back to schoolish. It's not really what you would consider like, notebooks and pencils. It's a few things for dogs, a few things for people. And like I said in our motto, designs for people, designs for pooches, and designs for fun. And I just really, really love writing fun little patterns as well as large patterns. I've got some other things coming. And I've had a lot of fun these last two, and through this week. We've done 3 weeks of Christmas in July, and it's been so much fun. Of course, I love gingerbread stuff. I can't eat gingerbread because it has cinnamon in it, because I'm allergic to cinnamon. Yes, this woman has health issues. But I do love the theme of gingerbread, and that's why we did the gingerbread dog sweater and the gingerbread hat. And all the, even though some of these patterns are new and some of them are what I call renew, because the Christmas in July, the ugly sweater pattern is one we did last Christmas, and then we just made the video for it and a few variations. Same thing with the miniature mitten we did last Christmas, and we just did some variations on it. And thus, I started a new list. I can't remember what it's called, list, anyway, on my YouTube channel that just has Christmas patterns in it. I went in and made some lists, and so you'll find nature, which is deer and things that are around the house that we see out in nature, animals, things about my dogs. You'll also find kitchen patterns. You'll find, and there's also all my live videos are together in one list. Things like that to kind of help you move around in my channel better. And like I said, I'm so excited about getting the new video editing program, and my husband writing me a song. I'm calling it a ditty. I don't know what it's called because it's not long. It's a song that's only 30 seconds long, and then it's 60 seconds, 30 seconds, and 15 seconds. And I just love it. I told him, I said, I want it to be classical country rock. What is that, right? Well, I wanted it to have a little bit of twang because I love guitar, and I wanted it to be happy and joyful, but I also wanted to kind of have a smooth sound. Nothing annoys me more than to go to someone's YouTube channel and the music is so crazy for 5 seconds, and then they start talking really softly, like, "Wah! Thank you for watching my video." I can't stand that. It drives me bonkers. So, my husband is very talented, and he can play the piano and just about any instrument there is in this world. And then he writes music. He's just very, very talented, and God has given him a great talent. So I'm using him. Good morning. I'm so glad you're here. It's okay that you're late. You know what? I tell people all the time, a lot of times they come in and I go, "Oh, we missed the first beginning of your video." Don't worry about it. Watch it from the beginning. And like I said, I always put them on YouTube so others can see them as well. When we first began doing our 9:30 Tuesday video, I asked a lot of people, when was the most convenient time? When does this work for you? And to be honest with you, there wasn't any time that was perfect for everybody. And the most amount of people said Tuesday morning between 9 and 10. And so I chose 9:30. And I know a lot of people work during the day. I get the pleasure of working at my home. So so it works good for me. But if you're at a desk job or something and you can, sneak in 9:30 video, go for it. I won't tell. And like I said, you can always watch it later. And so anyway, that's pretty much all I had to talk about today. I don't have, we had a lot of fun. We talked about the yarn bowls. This is my favorite idea. This one here is my favorite idea because it works great. And like I said, scour your cabinets and go to Goodwill or any thrift store and look for a tea kettle or any kind of bowl that has holes in it. It works great because nobody, like I said, I don't hate, because I don't like the word hate because it's too strong. But the thing I dislike the most is chasing yarn balls under my couch. You don't know how many dust bunnies are under there. My mom used to say, "Don't look behind the couch. There's a live man behind there," because there's so much dust. There really wasn't. My mother was a clean freak. Anyway, it's 5:54 p.m. there, huh? Where are you at? Tell us where you're at. Now, I said I called your name Quay Pei. Is that correct? But anyway, yeah, tell us where you're at. It's 5:54 p.m. where she's at. That's cool. I like that. A couple weeks ago, we had a couple ladies in that were from Australia, and and they were like, let's see, there was another lady, I can't remember where she was from, and she was like, it's 2 in the morning, or something like that. I'm like, well, I'm glad you're up. So anyway, our time is passing, and we're chattering now. So, but anyway, I love all the gingerbread stuff. Please, please go check out my YouTube channel. And I know, you know, some of the very first videos that we did. Oh, her yarn ball just jumped off the couch. Hey, it happens. And it's probably underneath there now. Either that or it hooks onto your crochet hook and pulls the crochet hook with you with it under the couch. So anyway, I forgot what I was saying. I absolutely love all the gingerbread stuff that we have going for our Christmas in July. And that, of course, like I said, goes through Friday. And then next week, we're going to start some other and different things. And I'm just really, really having fun. But as far as the YouTube channel, please remember that some of our YouTube videos at the very beginning we were just learning. And there were a lot of things that we've learned along the way already. Some changes that we made, some updates that we made. So, like I've said, there's no learning curve on YouTube. If you don't do it perfect the first time, you know, you kind of get lots of thumbs downs. And so do me a favor. Go in over there, and the videos that you love and like, give me some thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Well, Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas in July.